Let's go Dolphins! I just got exclusive information that could completely change what you think you know about the Dolphins' future. And believe me, this isn't just any mock draft. It's a huge warning sign, a glimpse of a major rebuilding process already underway, quietly, behind the scenes. Names you love may no longer be available. Positions you thought were solid? Not anymore. And a bold pick could indicate that the Dolphins are already defining their next franchise quarterback. But before I reveal what's really happening, do this right now. Click the like button if you're a die-hard Dolphins fan, and if you're a loyal Dolphins supporter through thick and thin, I want you to leave a comment below saying, "Go Dolphins! We're going to the Super Bowl! Let's go! Let's get into it!" According to the latest mock draft, the Dolphins are currently holding the 11th pick, but depending on the Week 18 results, they could climb as high as the 8th spot. That kind of draft capital could change everything. And the name at the top of Miami's wish list? Sonny Styles, the linebacker out of Ohio State. This guy isn't just a prospect. He's a machine. 0 missed tackles all year. Let me repeat that, 0. At 6 feet 4 inches, with a long wingspan and elite instincts, he's the kind of defensive anchor Miami's been missing. He's physical, high IQ, and under Matt Patricia's system, he proved he can cover as well. This isn't just a player. They're looking at a potential signal caller for the defense. Sure, Miami has Tyrell Dodson and Jordan Brooks right now, but let's be real, there are no guarantees for either of them long term. If you're building a defense that can go toe-to-toe with Mahomes, Allen, and Lamar, Sonny Styles has to be in your war room. And speaking of physicality, Miami isn't done beefing up the defense. With their second-round pick, they're eyeing Zion Young from Missouri. This guy might have only had 6.5 sacks in SEC play, but don't let that number fool you. He's a wrecking ball against the run, and if there's one thing this Dolphins team struggled with early in the season, it was defending the run on the edge. Bradley Chubb picked it up late, and Jalen Phillips was electric as a pass rusher, but they didn't offer enough consistency in run support. Zion is different. Over half of his pass rush moves were power-based, with bull rushes leading the way. He brings the kind of physical edge presence that can wear down an offensive line, and that's exactly what Miami needs to control the line of scrimmage in key playoff games. Now, let's talk about a surprise name that could stir some debate. In the third round, the Dolphins are targeting D'Angelo Pons, the cornerback from Indiana. His tape screams first-round talent, shutdown coverage, instinctive play, and a QB rating allowed of just 56.7. But here's the twist. He's only 5 feet 8 inches, 170 pounds. That's tiny by NFL standards. And while he's played almost exclusively on the outside in college, his size screams nickel corner in the pros, a position he's barely touched with just 26 career snaps there. So Miami's going to need to coach him up hard, but if they do, the ceiling is sky high. He's fearless, instinctual, and his physicality helps him punch above his weight. You want a dog in your secondary? Pons is that guy. We're not done yet. With 3 third-round picks, Miami's stockpiling young offensive talent, starting with Omar Cooper Jr., another Indiana product. Why? Well, brace yourselves. Tyreek Hill is expected to be cut this offseason. His cap hit is just too massive, and the writing's on the wall. So while that news might sting, the team is planning ahead. Cooper's not Tyreek, obviously, but he brings a strong frame at nearly 6 feet 0 inches, 200 pounds, and has solid speed and a good contested catch rate. He's the kind of receiver who can line up inside or outside, giving flexibility to whoever ends up under center next year. And speaking of next year's offense, the Dolphins are finally making moves on the offensive line. Brian Parker II out of Duke is next in line. He's got 800 snaps at right tackle the past 2 seasons and could be the long-term answer at a position where Austin Jackson has been inconsistent at best. This guy's got the experience, the tape, and most importantly, the durability. Whether he starts year 1 or sits behind Jackson for a season, Parker is a solid building block. In the 4th round, they go for tight end help, Josh Quass from Alabama. Not flashy numbers, but he's got 4 touchdowns and a great mix of speed and strength. With uncertainty around Darren Waller and Greg Dulcich's return still in limbo, this is a smart depth move. But the 5th round? That's where things get really interesting. The Dolphins are potentially drafting their quarterback of the future. That's right, Tua Tagovailoa might be done in Miami. All signs point to Quinners as the 2026 starter, and the team is looking at Taylon Green out of Arkansas as a developmental option. Think of him as a lighter version of Anthony Richardson. He's 6 feet 6 inches, freakishly athletic, and has a cannon of an arm, but raw. Real raw. He's got to learn how to read defenses, process quickly, and make smart decisions. But the upside? Off the charts. This could be a franchise-altering pick if Miami is patient and gives him the right coaching. And finally, in the 7th round, they take a swing on Rutgers edge rusher Eric O'Neal. Not the most productive player, but the advanced metrics love him. 13.3% pass rush win rate and 9.7% run stop rate. He's a dart throw, but with so much uncertainty on the edge, Phillips gone, Chubb possibly out, Chop Robinson's future unclear, Miami has to take as many shots as possible to find their next wave of pass rushers. Let's pick it up from where we left off. As we look deeper into the philosophy behind this mock draft, there's one theme that becomes crystal clear. Miami is fully embracing the idea of resetting its core through the draft. This isn't just about plugging holes or looking for high upside projects. It's about stacking talent at key positions with the long-term vision of sustaining competitiveness in a post-Tyreek era. That's a bold shift, and it speaks volumes about what this front office may already be planning behind the curtain. Take another look at the selections. Miami is investing in the defense early and often. That's a signal, a very loud one. With the addition of Sonny Styles, Zion Young, and D'Angelo Pons, you're essentially talking about rebuilding the defensive identity from the inside out. Styles brings leadership and smarts at the linebacker position, traits that are impossible to fake. He's a chess piece for a defensive coordinator, and paired with a power-driven edge rusher like Young, Miami would suddenly be playing a more aggressive, physical brand of defense. And while the Pons pick might raise a few eyebrows due to size, remember that players with elite instincts and short area quickness have carved out major roles in NFL secondaries, especially in hybrid schemes that demand versatility. Miami's coaching staff would have a real weapon on their hands if they mold him the right way. And that's the key to this entire draft strategy, coaching development. Let's not forget how deliberate the offensive picks are too. Omar Cooper Jr. wasn't selected just to fill a void. He's a sign that Miami is preparing for life after Tyreek Hill, not with a carbon copy, but with a smart, dependable receiver who brings size and can function in both the slot and outside. He's not flashy, but he's consistent. And in an offense that already has Waddle's speed and explosiveness, that kind of reliable target might be exactly what a young quarterback, or an untested one, needs to grow. That leads us right back to Taylor Green. If the Dolphins go this route, they're essentially betting on traits over polish. Green's arm strength, mobility, and build are rare. But what makes this move exciting is the potential for Mike McDaniel, or whoever ends up as head coach if McDaniel is let go, to mold a quarterback from the ground up. He's raw, no doubt, but with the right system and patience, Green could be a game changer. Think of what Anthony Richardson flashed in his brief NFL moments. That's the upside. It's risky, but with a fifth-round pick, that's a gamble worth taking. And the final pick, Eric O'Neal, well, every draft needs a wild card. He's not flashy. The production wasn't eye-popping, but the analytics tell a different story. When a player wins at the line of scrimmage at a top 20% rate in both pass rush and run defense, that's someone you at least give a shot, especially when your edge group is basically in rebuild mode. With Phillips gone, Chubb's health and cap situation uncertain, and no proven young talent emerging, you have to keep swinging. O'Neal might never be a star, but in a rotational role, he could absolutely stick on this roster. Now here's what makes this all even more fascinating. This mock draft seems to operate under the assumption that major moves are coming. No Tua, no Tyreek, possibly no Mike McDaniel. That's not just a rebuild. That's a reimagining of the entire team identity. What's more, the emphasis on physicality, size, and versatility across the board tells me this front office is finally learning from its past mistakes. We've seen Miami go after speed and flash. That's great in theory, but when it came time to punch back in the playoffs, they lacked grit. This class, it has grit written all over it. And let's not ignore the fact that these picks don't feel like win-now choices. They're future investments, guys who may need time, coaching, and refinement. But when they hit, the reward could be immense. Styles and Young can be immediate starters. Cooper and Parker could start by year 2. Green could be the franchise QB in 2 seasons. That's the kind of draft that reshapes your trajectory. But now I turn it back to you, because this is your team too. If the Dolphins actually make these picks, if this is the real direction they take, are you buying in? Does this feel like the beginning of something special, or is it too much change, too fast? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Grade this mock draft. And if you're new to the channel or just found this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We've got tons of off-season coverage coming, coaching changes, free agency, trades, and of course, more mock drafts. Smash the like button if you're hyped for the 2026 season. Click on the video that's on your screen right now to check out our deep dive into the Dolphins quarterback situation. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Go Dolphins!